The Last of Us HBO did what The Witcher Netflix couldn't, deviating from the source material in a successful way. Now I know that The Witcher show is adapting books and The Last of Us HBO is adapting games, but this video is about adaptation in general, particularly deviating from the source material. When The Witcher Netflix deviates from the source material, it ends up failing in its adaptation since the changes are far worse than the original product and doesn't do the story justice. When The Last of Us deviates from the source material, it succeeds in its adaptation since the changes made are on par, if not better to some, and does do the story justice. We've had 2 full seasons of The Witcher Netflix, and most changes made have upset both book fans and game fans alike. Without getting into it too much, you have changes made where characters who don't die, and you have changes where characters do something they would never do because it goes against their principles. Bottom line is that the changes made have been upsetting, and even with The Witcher Netflix Blood Origin, which is a completely original new story, they decided to deviate in the sense that they go against the lore and change things up to where it doesn't really make sense. Critics and viewers have unanimously agreed that The Witcher Blood Origin ain't it. But anyway, let's jump back to something positive. To The Last of Us HBO. We've had 2 episodes now, and the changes made have not upset most fans. Most fans enjoyed them because they're a love letter to the story and they're fleshing out what's already there. Episode 3 of The Last of Us is the one that deviates the most. It has been confirmed in interviews that we're gonna get more of a character named Frank, whereas in the game, Frank has a small cameo and is mentioned briefly. Now, episode 3 has been said by many critics to be their favorite episode of the whole season. This is the episode that deviates the most, yet it is beloved. Before Henry Cavill, who plays the main character in The Witcher Netflix, left the show, he had said he'd be committed to 7 seasons as long as they keep telling great stories which honor the source material. Now, you can still honor the source material even if you deviate from it, and The Last of Us HBO is a perfect example of this. Despite The Last of Us HBO deviating, it does what The Witcher Netflix couldn't. It deviates in a justifiable way.